All right. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday out there. Hope you are having a good week wherever you may be tuning into or tuning in from. So, just wanted to keep up with our weekly updates here at necoTECH as we go through our crowd equity raise. So, for those that are on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, you probably see it there more than anywhere else, just because we are sharing the message out there, and then can also broadcast to LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn network probably has seen that we're raising crowd equity, but like all social media with the algorithms, it sometimes hits your feed, sometimes doesn't. So I am Steve Flaherty. I am the founder and CEO at necoTECH. We are a high growth startup company out of Delaware, Ohio. Tuning in directly from the Entrepreneurial Center, the Delaware Entrepreneurial Center at Ohio Wesleyan University. So this is where we are actually headquartered out of the University Entrepreneurial Center here at Ohio Wesleyan. They have become a great strategic partner for us, have been part of our military contracts with the Air Force. We've set up a whole ecosystem here to help other startups do exactly what we're doing at necoTECH with working with the military, getting large scale government contracts to subsidize the traditional raise of a capital fund and a capital round, known as the Valley of Death, that plagues many startups. So having worked with a number of startups myself, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to find a different way to back companies so that they have a better chance for success. So that is why we have been doing the things with the military and finding the DoD. And it's also the reason that we're doing this campaign with the crowd equity funding. So giving all of the people that have helped support us, all of our network, the chance to invest directly into us and our future, which means that you guys get to participate in the profits as we go along, and ultimately establish equity in the company at a future date. So that is what we are here to do. So I constantly get questions about this. So I wanted to kind of answer some of those questions, but also use this time to provide a weekly update. So quickly answering a couple of the questions, the hot questions of the week, if you will. So we still get the questions of what is necoTECH? What does necoTECH do? Sustainability. If you think about it that way, that is our message. That is our madness. That is what we are here to do, to help with both the waste problem and with the efficiency problem with the nation's infrastructure. So for those that have been paying attention, the infrastructure bill just did a $1 trillion with a T investment, or a bill to invest into our infrastructure. So we're playing off of that, but we're looking at it from a sense of sustainable materials. How can we better utilize and create circular economies with sustainable materials and the sustainable equipment? So wrapping that all together, both of those things, that is what we're doing at necoTECH. And we are excited this week in particular because we debuted a product at a industry trade show, a national trade show, for the first time, and it stole the show, to say the least. It was raving reviews. It enticed everybody to come over. If anybody that's ever done trade shows knows, one of the hardest things to get people to do is to come over to your booth and talk to you, right? So, because nobody likes to be sold. And we don't like selling. We like problem solving. That's what we do here at necoTECH. But this thing attracted a lot of attention. So I will show you basically. Let's see here. We'll add this. All right. So this is the robotic crack sealer machine. So you guys might not be familiar as we are with this thing, but it is brought to you by Robotic Maintenance Vehicle. So this was a concept that we were looking at conceiving. We went out and partnered with, I think, the best partner that we could have right now with this. And this thing is out there to make our road maintenance safer. So this is literally crack sealing the roads that you may or may not know that is a crucial step in maintaining our infrastructure. So a dry road is a happy road. So when water gets down into the roads, it doesn't matter what what climate you're in. If you're getting water down into the roadbed, you are tearing up the road from the inside out. And that is obviously not a good thing. In the northern climates where you get freeze thaw, it happens even faster. So this is a critical step. Unfortunately, this is a very dangerous thing to be done, especially on our large highways and our infrastructure, our airports, where we've got a lot of moving vehicles and everything. We see road workers putting themselves in danger doing this task manually. So what we have done is partnered with Robotic Maintenance Vehicle. NECO is the federal partner on this. And so one cool thing we did while we were down at Charlotte, we've been working on this for several months, going through all the legal parameters and everything else. But while we were in Charlotte, we took the chance. This is Todd Hendricks Jr. So he is the principal at RMV. And he and I, those documents that we're signing right there is an exclusive license deal for the federal market. So going after the DoD, the Department of Defense, and the FAA, Federal Aviation. So all of our nation's warfighter bases, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, and then the airports all over the world, both international and the regional players. So that is what we're doing and who we're going after. Let's see here. There's a picture of the machine, and I think, let's see if we can pull it up so you get a better idea. Maybe. Okay, there. So at the trade show booth, imagine this thing moving around and seeing this as you're walking by a booth, right? So you've got this this big robotic thing hanging off the back of a truck, and we programmed it there on the carpet to trace the lines. So it's tuned down to about half the speed just to attract attention. So this thing is very efficient over a hand crew that it's out there, both less operators, not putting the people in the harm's way of moving traffic or moving planes, and then the precision and the accuracy of a robot. So we had a couple guys that came by and said, hey, I can go faster than that. And well, that's great. Let's sign up for a 24-hour race. All right. I don't think you're going to beat it on that. So that's the robotic crack sealer. Super excited about that announcement to be partnered with Robotic Maintenance Vehicle. And there's Tyler with Robotic Maintenance Vehicles. Thank you, Tyler, for tuning in. So excited to be partnered with them as well. And, that really helps tremendously with what we're doing within a startup. So because a lot of what a startup is with the Valley of Death, you're going out there and you're trying to get product market fit. You're trying to build the company and survive that Valley of Death and get proof of concept, get a minimum viable product out there. By partnering with such a great team like at RMV, we're helping kind of bridge that gap, right? Now we've doubled down tremendously and taken this thing to the Air Force. So we have got this robotic maintenance vehicle. It won the top 30 innovation of the Air Force last year. And so next month, this will be going down to Tyndall Air Force Base to do the live demonstration at Tyndall Air Force Base. That will be widespread for the DoD. So Tyndall is the base of the future. So they are looking at what they can do to implement to revamp the entire military, but the Air Force in particular. What does the next generation airbase look like? So they're looking at all the different technologies out there, and this is one of them. So this one was one of 6 that got a contract out of 346 companies last year. So we are excited to have this at NECO to be able to take to our DoD markets. And imagine these things going out. Eventually, they will be autonomous, and you won't even notice that the road crews, that the robots are the road crews. They're taking care of everything. So shout out to one of our board of advisor members there. What's up, brother? Brian Hess. Appreciate you. Got to spend some time with him in Charlotte this last week. And he's an integral part in the asphalt industry. So he's able to advise us and help us out from the inside of the industry, if you will. So a couple other things here. So because that's our big announcement, but we do have some other things that we were part of this year. So King's Crowd is like the Wall Street Journal of crowd equity funding. So they put out a thing on necoTECH, sharing it with their audience. So we were very thankful for that. gave us a little write-up about what we're doing, including the RMV crack sealing robot. That's kind of the first play in there. And we've got our Hot Patch on Demand, which is our asphalt pothole repairing machine. I think I've featured that on one of these in the past. So that is our next market. And if you imagine our strategy here, so we get equipment out there that is performing the infrastructure maintenance, right? Then we bring in our proprietary materials. So, or partnering with the companies that have other existing materials to put more sustainable materials out there. And then we got a couple other things up our sleeves that we'll be doing later that wraps a whole software data analytics package over this, and a finance and funding way to make this happen for the municipalities, for the airports, for the DoD in a sustainable manner. So both ecologically sustainable, but also economically sustainable. So because this is all about how we don't get ourselves back into having to have that $1 trillion infrastructure bill that we just did. It's great. Let's get us up to a base point, but we don't want to have to go do it again. I don't want to keep having to shell that out, and that's where our tax dollars go. Let's do some other things. So as also real quick point from King's Crowd here. So King's Crowd, again, Wall Street Journal of Crowd Equity. If you look at these numbers, so if you think of traditional startups, where traditional startups are, it's usually California, right? They're kind of leading the way. New York, so Austin or Texas, and then Denver, Colorado. Those are kind of the main 4 states that have always been high growth startup. Well, if you look at these numbers, so 282, this is the number of crowd equity funding deals that were done last year in 1 year. So 282 in California last year alone. New York had 89, Texas had 76, Colorado had 37. Ohio made the list here. So the top, whatever, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 here. Ohio had 7 deals last year in crowd equity. 7. So if we're watching the trends and seeing what happens, stuff happens in California, happens in the coasts. I always say the coasts, and then Austin, right? So Texas, those are the top 3. So that's the reason that we've been doing this crowd equity funding, is this is going to become a big play of the way startups are built in the future. It's already starting to catch on out west. We wanted to bring that to the Midwest. We're in a position to do that, where we don't have to go out and raise a large amount of capital from traditional venture capitalists or angel investors in order to succeed, because we've got those DoD contracts, because we've been able to collaborate and partner with amazing companies that are already out building things. We've just got a different way of thinking about it. And this is something that I've always been involved with since its start. So when crowd equity was just a bill in front of Congress, from some business people back in 2011, got involved and got some people around it, and been following it ever since. The rules have now changed as of last year. That is the reason that we're out doing it, because it's hard to advise others how to do something if you haven't done it yourself. So with our role here at the Entrepreneurial Center at Ohio Wesleyan, with all the consulting that I do with other startups and helping them and then modeling what works, this is one thing that we wanted to do. And I've got a lot of friends and I've got a lot of people that hopefully are you guys, the people watching in our network. And so this is our way to be able to give back and let you guys participate in the success. So the thing with the robotic maintenance vehicle this week, that allows us to kind of jump over that valley of death in a big way. So it's, should feel more confident. Nothing's ever guaranteed. And I'm not going to say that, it's all guaranteed success or anything, but we have done a lot to de-risk this business, from the government funding, from the partnerships with amazing companies, some that I haven't even announced yet that we've got in the works that we're doing. So that's how we're building this company, to make it more efficient, to make it more sustainable ourselves, so that we're running a truly sustainable company, triple bottom line, impacting, profits and a purpose, and of course, people. That is what it means to us here. So I want to keep this short, try to do these, every week, kind of give you an update of what's happening with NECO, share some good news. I'm lucky that we have good news every week to share, but also answer your questions about crowd equity, so that you can help join us. I mean, so for as little as $100, you can invest in the company. And that means that you will get future equities. We're raising under a safe, so $25 million valuation. But all of our terms have to be spread through our WeFunder site. So if you simply, let's see if we get the marketing cue here. All right, it works. Look at that. Beautiful platform here. Thank you, StreamYard. So you can go to wefunder.com/necoTECH or go to WeFunder and search necoTECH, and you can see all of our offering there. We put together our financials previous years so that you can see that, but then walk you through our slide deck. We got a little involved in our story, so you're going to see some of that messaging change there to make it easy, because I know people don't read everything. So we're trying to make it as concise as possible, but also give you guys confidence in what you're investing in, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. We appreciate the nods of support, from people that just want to throw in just to support us. That is certainly appreciated. It's something that you can hopefully get a return on for that type of support. But for those that use it in its true manner and everything, we want to go and make, a return on your investment and, let you participate in our success. And I've got a lot of friends that have done that for us. So we appreciate that. And we've welcomed a lot of new investors this week, and we look forward to welcoming the next round of investors this coming week. So go check us out at WeFunder. Thank you very much for your time. Anybody that's out there, I'm always open. So you can come out and reach out to us, message me, check out there's a contact us on our necoTECH site. But yeah, we look forward to continuing the journey. It was a big week for us here at Neco. We've got several big weeks coming up in March. My schedule in March is crazy, but it's fun. Love doing this. I mean, I probably spend more time in this chair, sometimes that chair. That's a nice massage chair. So I spend more time here than at home at times. So, but it's only because I'm passionate about it. I love it. And I've got an amazing wife that allows me to go out and do it and build, the future for us and our kids, but also hopefully for you. That's the whole point of doing this crowd equity, is so that we can help our friends invest in us and make them a return on investment, as opposed to just the traditional venture capitalists and angels that garnish most of the startup rounds. So anyways, everybody have a wonderful closeout to your Monday. We'll see you soon. I'll be doing this again next week with another update, hopefully sharing more good news. So everybody take care.